Korea's Constitutional Court ruled that Park Geun-hye has violated the Constitution as well as the Public Service Law, but the justices didn't accept all 13 charges brought against her as valid grounds for impeachment. For a more thorough breakdown, let's turn to our Iji-won.
8-0, all of the Constitutional Court's justices voted to uphold the motion, meaning President Park Geun-hye is officially impeached. In its verdict, the court said Park had betrayed the people's trust and continuously violated the law. Acting Chief Justice Lee Jung-mi read it out in the court Friday morning, covering each of the charges in the impeachment motion. The justices upheld the charge that Park colluded with her confidante Choi Soon-sil to establish various organizations, including the Mir and K-Sports Foundation, to funnel money into Choi's pocket. It also found that she had acted illegally in allowing Choi to meddle in state affairs. The acting Chief Justice said Park not only hid the fact that Choi was intervening in state affairs, but that she criticized those who raised questions about such matters. The Chief Justice added that Park did not cooperate fully with the investigation, as she had promised she would, noting that she refused to be questioned by the independent counsel team and search and seizure raids of her office of Cheongwade. The 8 justices ruled unanimously that Park's actions are violations of the Constitution severe enough to have her impeached. However, the court said that there was not enough evidence that Park had violated freedom of speech, neglected her duty to protect the citizens, or abused her power in the appointment of public officials. Iji-won, Arirang News.